Well, I guess I'm supposed to talk about who I am, and I'd rather talk about what I do. I've been in this business for 15 years, and for 10 years, I've also been writing an entertainment column for a local magazine, the Vegas Voice. Through the magazine, I ended up meeting some folks who a year and a half ago opened a show on the Strip. Now, giving you that as a preface.
Sorry.
Giving you that as a preface. What I do in my real estate business is every Saturday I get in the car and I have a specific route that I follow, and I go to garage sales and yard sales in this route, and I do it 45 times a year, and I look for people cleaning out their garage to put their homes on the market. And it's proven to be worthwhile. They've gotten to know me. I even had somebody hold an open house because they lost my contact information. But in doing that, I get face to face with some incredible people, and this is a hard story for me to get through. So bear with me. A couple of years ago, I walked up to an open house, and there were two women there, a 30-year-old woman and her mother, and they came up to me. We got talking. They're renters, so they're not clients. But this isn't all about real estate. This is about people. And the way I describe these two ladies is, if you met them, you would want to be friends with them. Well, the 30-year-old daughter was suffering from bone cancer. And it was a struggle. And the mom was unable to work because she had to be there to take care of the daughter. So we had a nice talk, and I've had people in my past who've had cancer, and I came back to the office and I wrote them a letter of encouragement. Followed up a couple of months later with a card, and that was it. Well, early December of this year, I'm driving down the street and following these open house signs, and I pull up to a house, and I think to myself, this is the house. I get out of the car and I walk up, and the woman walks up to me and she says, "Can I help you?" I said, "I'm just looking around." And she says, "Do I know you?" And I said, "Probably." And with that, her daughter came up to me and says, "Is my mom helping you?" I say, "Yeah, she's doing a great job." She says, "Are you Sam?" I said, "Yes." She said, "I still have your letter, and I read it when I get down." I met these people because of real estate. So I said, "How are you doing?" And she's not doing well. She doesn't have a death sentence, but she's got a struggling sentence. And every day is tough. And one of the things she said to me was, she said, "It's really upsetting because we don't have enough money to pay my medical bills, and we don't even have enough money for my mother's birthday, which is in a couple of weeks." So I said, well, thinking of my friends who have this show on the Strip, I said, "Will you be my guests at a show for your mom's birthday?" And they agreed to. So I get back in my car, I'm on my way doing my thing, and I'm driving down Stephanie Street, and all of a sudden I say, I had to pull over. I said, somebody has to do something. So I call the man who's got the show. The show's called The Bronx Wanderers. They do doo-wop music of my generation and beyond. And he says, "Put it together, whatever you do, I'm on board." So we sent, the day of the mom's birthday, we sent a limousine to bring him to Bally's for the show. And my friend set him up in the front row table, little four-top table. And the show's going on, and I want to show you what happened during the show.
I'm going to call a little speech right now about Mr. Wayne Newton, who is probably the greatest entertainer this town ever produced. And I could never thank him enough for all he's done for us, and I'll talk about him a little bit later on. But for now, what I'd like to do is every once in a while, life gets in the way of a show, and it becomes real. And what we do is nice, and what we get to do is a dream come true, but there are people that are dealing with life. And this is one of those moments where I'd like to acknowledge a couple of very special people in the house and tell a quick story first. So basically what happened was about 5 or 6 years ago, we were playing in a town called Windber, Pennsylvania. And a woman came up to me at the end of the night and she said, I really need to bother you with a special favor. And I said, what's that? She said, would you go say hello to my friend? She's sitting in the stairwell. Which I thought was kind of odd. And I said, you know, why? Is she okay? They said, well, just go and you'll see. So I go in the stairwell and this woman is slumped over. And I said to her, are you okay? And she said, I wanted to say goodbye to you personally and see you one last time. And I said, well, what does that mean? And she said, well, I'm suffering from cancer, and I just refuse to do any more chemo treatments. They're killing me. I can't stand them. It's what it's doing to my family, and I'm done. And what I said to her is nothing any one of you would have said. I said nothing out of the ordinary. I looked at her and I said, now think about this. If you stop your treatments, you know what's going to happen. I said, but if you continue your treatments, you don't know what's going to happen. So do me a favor, go get your treatments. I would love to see you here next year. And with that, I left. And a year went by, and we wound up playing there a year later. And I got a phone call from the local oncologist in town, and he said to me, you remember a story about a year ago talking to a woman in the stairwell? And I said, yeah. I said, I vaguely remember she was sick, and we were just talking. He said, yeah. He goes, well, just so you know, she didn't want to continue her treatments, and after she spoke to you, she came in on Monday, told me what happened, continued her treatments, and I am proud to say she is cancer-free. And so what winds up happening is that gets out to a local newspaper from the town. The town put a story out. And it was one of those things where I just kind of stopped and told the boys, this is what it's about. This is real life. And the woman came with her doctor, and for 5 minutes they gave her a standing ovation. It was probably the greatest moment that this band has ever seen. And it was just one of those moments where you really get to realize what it's about. And my arm, which I can't pull my sleeves up all the way, I've got about 40 bracelets. As a result of that story, I've got 40 survivors now that I follow. And I write them all the time, and they write me all the time. And it's become a passion of mine. And tonight, sitting in the house, my newest survivor is here tonight. I got my bracelet right there. And right there, we want to welcome you to Valerie. And all the guys in the band, show your wrist, they're over here. And so on your way out tonight, all of you will be made aware of her plight and what she's up against and what she's been through. She was misdiagnosed with a very rare form of bone cancer, and she's been battling it. Her bones have been breaking, and she's been battling like crazy, and we don't know if she's cured, but she is back, she is walking, and she is doing her thing, and we are so thrilled. Is all about dreams coming true. It's too early, Sam.
This is Vinny at the Bronx Swan.
Good morning, everyone.
It's just such a credit to this community, and he's such a. We support him, but he in turn supports everyone else. And it's become a mission. Show me
This. I had to cut these down, but there's probably about 30 in there. And it's good, you know.
The show is Vinny and his 2 sons and a couple more band members.
Yeah.
And one of the sons just opened for Bon Jovi the other night.
Yeah.
And during the Bon Jovi show, he's wearing his wristband. So we have some wristbands for you, and if you guys can help support this young lady, it would be wonderful. We have some information here. Vinny brought some 2-for-1 tickets to the show at Bally's. For some of us, it's perfect time. Some of the shows start at 6. Some are past our 8 o'clock bedtime. So we've got wristbands. We've got 2-for-1 tickets and some information. Please feel free, and we've got some CDs from the show. Arliss, how are we going to? Will somebody agree to support this lady with a donation, and we'll give you a CD? Just
absolutely.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Raise your hand if you're gonna give me $10. All right, that's how we're gonna do it.
Okay.
After the meeting? Or?
Okay, we can do it after the meeting, or
Yeah, you
Yeah.
can.
to see Sam afterwards and
I'm watching.
make a
I'm
donation.
in the
So, Sam,
Give
thank
me
you
more than
very
10.
much.
Well, we'll get-
Hey guys, let me say this, and thank you, Sam, for that touching story. What Sam is talking about is building relationships with people